Hello and welcome everyone. I am Linda Israel and thank you so very much for being here at my live stream on YouTube. I go live every Monday at 3:45 p.m. Central Standard Time unless I'm on vacation or something else comes up, but generally I'm live or I have a premiere video that you can come and watch. If you're watching this as a replay after the live stream has ended and you're on a computer, you can look for the little gear at the bottom of the screen and change the speed. If you're on a mobile device, generally the three little dots at the top, you can use those to change the playback speed to get through it a little faster, because generally my live streams last around 2 to 2.5 hours. I want to thank Robin for being my moderator and administrator and note taker throughout the live stream. She is generally my one right hand woman, if you will, and I am so thankful to have her. She also is an administrator of the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. Occasionally, if she's not available, one of the other administrators will come over and help me, or a friend will help me moderate the video today. If you have questions, please feel free to put those in all caps and I'll do my best to answer those questions. If I don't see it, please ask again. Or if you know the answer to somebody's question, please answer it. Hey, if you have a YouTube channel, please feel free to share with us by saying, hey, I have a YouTube channel and this is what I do on it. You won't be able to share a link, but you can at least talk about your YouTube channel. Let's keep the chat upbeat, friendly, and helpful. If you are having a great day, let us know. But honestly, we don't want the negative, what is going on in the world right now, because we are here to escape that, to be inspired, to be friendly, and have some fun. During the live stream, you have an opportunity to earn junk bucks. You can type !bucks to see how many that you have once Junkie Joe is up, because this is preliminary and I've pre-recorded this. Once you have 2,000 junk bucks, you can redeem those by typing a ward and you can get a $10 off coupon to my shop. How do you earn junk bucks? Just by being here, chatting with us. So make sure that you speak up in the chat so that Junkie Joe registers that you're here, and by playing the in-chat games, and then also whenever you make donations. Occasionally I have raffles. In fact, right now there should be Junkie Joe coming up. You can type !raffle just as that says, and you can enter the raffle to win 200 junk bucks. If you make a donation during my live stream, do go over to my website at lindaisrael.com. You can see the name scrolling across the bottom here, and create a user account. Once you've created a user account on my website, make sure that you use the contact me form and say, hey, my name is on YouTube and I donated, and then I can get you added to the YouTube donator membership on my website. What does that do? Well, a member of my website in the YouTube donator membership gets 5% off orders in my shop, gets several digital downloads for free, and during the live stream when you donate, you get a chance to win the journal that I raffle off at the very end. Throughout the live stream, I will have different raffles giving away prizes. If you will type !raffle when you see those come up, then you can have a chance to win those items. We're going to get started here in just a moment. Thank you so much for being here today. When the video is over, come back and leave a comment. Tell me what you liked about today's video, or if you have questions and you're watching this as a replay, use that comment section down below. Also, look in the description box to links to the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group, as well as by Linda Israel, my Instagram, Twitter, my website, and generally I try to update the products that I use, and those links are in the description box as well. All right, well, let's get started.
Okay, am I live? Did I make it? Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you're here today, that you can join me hanging out while I make some different ephemera pieces. I have been super busy and I haven't had as much time as I wanted to work on a journal. I may a little bit later show you some ideas that I'm working on, but I thought for the first part anyway, we would just kind of make some things. You know, sometimes it's handy to have some pre-made things set over to the side, and I've kind of run out of those things. I've made a few things the past couple of days. So glad to have each and every one of you here. Hey, if you're new, do speak up in the chat, especially so that I know that you're here. And I really greatly appreciate you coming and spending the time with me today, or even if you're coming to watch this after it was recorded. And please share this with your friends, meaning not just my video. If there's a video that you enjoy, share it, because that's how people get seen. All right, gonna play the lottery. Robin's won again. Whoop whoop. Hey Morgan. Hey Jennifer. Hey Sam. Hey Margie. And I know I saw Julie here. Hey Sherry. Hey Mary Kay. How are you? Rhonda, so glad to have you here. I am behind on sending things out. I'm a flaky blonde. What can I say? I've been really busy. Henry has got some really big orders at the shop, and we're trying to get those out because, you know, we get paid. We need to, you know, keep the electricity on because it's over 100 degrees today. You make more ephemera than you do journals. Well, you know what, Margie? I have an idea. Why don't you make a journal? Maybe I will do a couple of little tutorials on making super simple journals. A little while ago, Rhonda sent me a really simple plain journal just to jot ideas in, and maybe I need to show you guys a couple of those that we can figure out to use some of that ephemera to put things to paper, so to speak, and get it used. So go Henry. Yeah, I know. We're really glad he's got some. We've got some good orders that just came in. I'm going to be helping him. I helped him last week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday I worked. And then I got Sunday off to come home and work on some things for the live stream today. And then I'll be going to work. You're building a shrine, Mary Kay? I'll be going to work with him tomorrow. He's got an order of 500 shirts that need to be printed front and back. And it's just the two of us, so we got to get it done. You're cold, Julie? Well, here, I'm blowing the heat. You ready? Do you feel the warm air? All right. So, you know, we need ephemera sometimes. We want ephemera. Maybe we don't have a lot of things. Thank you so much, Morgan. Henry's is doing really well. Gotchas came from card making and scrapbooking. So you got lots of stuff over there. Let's make a few things. So I have a couple of envelopes that I just found. They have my old address. This is how long I've had, because I do not have that phone number anymore. Don't have that address anymore. So when we lived in Oklahoma City, over 20 years ago. Well, yeah, right at 22, 23 years ago. It was 99 is the last time I lived there. And I found these and I thought, well, why not alter them so that we could use them? So right off the bat, I've got a piece of book page here. This is from a dictionary. I'm just going to rip a little bit off of it. And my thought was, I'm trying to get rid of basically that white area. So if I take a piece of this and kind of put it over the address, but let's do some distress inks. Uh-oh, I lost the lid. Gotta have the lid. I do have my re-inker for my walnut stain, and this is what I do. I barely take it out, and I just kind of touch it to the pad, and it should soak into the pad relatively quickly. All that hot air. You send her some heat. Send her some heat. So I'm just going to tap this in there. It's going to be really strong at first. So if you are wanting it to not be super strong, give it an opportunity for it to soak into your pad before you use your dauber. But what I like about it is sometimes I can just touch it to the dauber or to the pad once, and then I don't have to come back to the pad for a while, because if you can see, it's starting to get a little bit darker. I don't know why. I kind of like the grunginess of it in scrapbooking and card making. And which is funny is I never scrapbooked myself. I made scrapbooks for other people, but I didn't scrapbook. I have one scrapbook that I've made and I didn't even finish it. And that was with Creative Memories. Now I have done junk journals, and those seem to be my forte. They appeal to me the most. I've got a journal that I found today that I made when I went on a art journey to Ohio, which is a 17-hour drive, and spent a week and got to meet some amazing people. I should bring it over here. I'll show it to y'all. Got to meet some amazing people, and I used it as a scrapbook by putting photos and words in it about what I did. All right, so I just went around the edges really fast with some Distress ink, and I'm going to paste this little book page over the address. I want to cover that up right off the bat. So I'm just using some Aleene's tacky glue, and we'll stick that right over there. Thank you, Robin, for your donation. I do have a journal that we can do for a giveaway. It is one of the Garden Tea Party journals. I think it may be an eclectic, but no, I think it's a Garden Tea. Words cannot come out of my mouth. Garden Tea Party. It's one that I made last year. I still have a few of these kits available, so if you are wanting one, I think I have a few left. I think that ripped, so I may need to put something over that. That may be an alterable moment, because sometimes that music is really fragile. All right, so I put one there. We'll put one over here. Hey, if you haven't already entered the raffle, you could do so now. All right, so we got the address situated, okay, by covering that up. So let's do a little bit of consistency by adding some more text to the opposite corner. So we'll put some Distress inks on that. I've also got some rubber stamps, and I have some scrapbook paper and some digital paper here. Phone is nuts. Oh yeah, the creative memory classes. Oh, I think I just got, did I get ink on my face? Can you see right there? I'll be right back. I took a class and they taught us how to repurpose a book cover, and we covered it with some fabric and some paper, and then we covered the inside. We even made a tie out of some beads, and then I started saving. Oh, this was I take that back. This isn't for Cincinnati, Ohio. This is when we went to Hawaii, and I saved stuff. This is before I used to make pockets. So I've got postcards and stuff stuck in here. My plan was to come back and make another journal. So I don't even think I got my pictures in here. I didn't. I just have all of the things that we did when we were there. We went to the park. Here's a receipt. Because we flew, I couldn't take a whole lot of supplies with me. So I just took my journal and a camera and wrote about all the things that we did. So you can see there's some of my handwriting. So this is a junk journal made way back in the day. 2001 is when we went on the trip. So it's a long time ago. I'll have to look for that other journal that I made. I think the other journal I made is where I used a comb binding system to bind it. Yeah, I need to finish that Wow. That's amazing that I found it. All right, so I'm just going to put a little piece over here. Maybe kind of wrap it around to the back. I may need to put some more glue right there. I'm just using Aleene's tacky glue, so. Okay, that'll work. And then we'll put this one in the other corner. Kind of go across here. And then we'll add a little bit of Distress Inks on that edge. All right, so we got a start, if you will, to it. What do we want to do next? I've got this rose stamp. I'm going to grab a scrap of paper here. I've been using this to stamp so I don't get it all over my desk. And I've got Archival Inkjet Black, and I've got the corner roses. I think I want to stamp those over. Just kind of gives that a little pattern there. And then I'll stamp it back here. I think let's do that again. Why not? I don't see anything wrong with making multiples of a project, especially if you are making a lot of journals. Okay, I like that. So we got a little bit there. I have this stamp. I don't know how it's going to look, but I thought it might look kind of neat if we stamped it in the middle here. Maybe it won't, but you know what? We're going to try it. I think right about there. This is the filigree, I think it is. Kind of like that. There's not any color yet, okay? We're still adding. I saw some stuff here earlier. I have a little bit of pink here. We could do a little piece of pink on either side here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little bit of glue after I use my Distress Ink. This is I can feel that this is some of the cheap copy paper. It wasn't my good copy paper. All right, so let's put that right about here. I'm going to kind of slide it over. And I want a little bit of a piece on the back side. So I'm trimming a little square, and we'll fill this in. And one thing we didn't do is I didn't put any book page on the back, but maybe we'll stamp over it or something. I kind of like that. Let's do that again over here. We're not going to put the filigree stamp on there. We'll do something different, so that we do have a little difference. Cut this off. I'm creating more scraps. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, we got to do this. Okay. Oh wow, does it work, Mary Kay? I hope it does. Hey Julie. Let's see. Oh, are they receiving them now? Because I sent one package and I haven't gotten it back to somebody else. It was a small package. So if they're sending now to you, all right, good. I will work on that tomorrow or Wednesday. I got to go work for Henry tomorrow, so I may not have time. And I'll get it all packaged up. And I'll send you an invoice for the last kit because I did not bill you for that. I wanted to wait till I could actually ship to you, Julie. So we'll get that done. All right, so I've got those two started. We need a little something up here. I know I've got some little fussy cuts. I got a little dragonfly we could put across there. And I saw what else do we have fussy cut wise? I had this little Ziploc bag that I scooped up a bunch of things. So here's a butterfly. That looks kind of pretty. I've also got words. Create the world you want to see. What about that? I think we need something different here. He's not the right color, but maybe this little birdie would be good there. And I want to create somewhat of a writing space in there. So here's what I'm going to do. I want to block that off a little bit. I'll grab some book pages. Where's that little cheap book I had earlier? Here it is. All right, so I'm going to take a piece of paper and kind of tear it just a little bit. And I don't want it matchy-matchy, so I'm going to get another piece. All right, so if I put that right about here to there, I don't want to stamp on my bird. I want just a little bit of a space here in the middle. You're going, Linda, what are you doing? Well, I'm going to show you as soon as I find it. I've got from the Flourished Bordered Journal line stamp. It's a two-part stamp. You get the lines and you get the frame. I just have the lines. I'm going to grab my archival ink, jet black, and I think I want to put one more right about there. And then I don't want to stamp all the way up, but I want to make it like it's going to have some writing space. Okay? So now, when I pull this away, we have this little space that looks like we had a specialty stamp just to do that, doesn't it? I like it. All right, so I'm going to put the birdie up here. I think I also want, I saw some bird stamps I wanted to use. Oh, I've got a feather stamp here, but I think I want the little birdies. So if we put this one up here, I think I'll put it closer to there. Like that. And let's just pretend that this guy is like our postage stamp. So I'll put him right here. This is from the Bird Swirl set. I picked one of those to stamp there. Now, if you want it to look like a actual postage stamp, there's a couple things we could do. I got out the Shabby Stitches, and let me get my, I'm in the zone now. All right, so I'm going to take my Shabby Stitches and stamp it across. Rotate this up, stamp it across. Rotate this. Didn't know you could make a faux postage stamp, did you? See that? We'll add some more to it in a moment. Let's go ahead and put the butterfly on here. Like so. And since I've already got the little birdie out, I'm going to do it again. And we'll make that faux postage. So Shabby Stitches is what I'm using. I kind of like it. Woo! Almost made a mess. All right, we'll put that there. Close that. I do have like faux postage. So I want to get that. Postmark, that's what I'm going to say. I want to put a little bit. I may not like that as much. It gets a little busy. Maybe it'll be a little better on this one. And I don't want to come too far over onto my... Okay, that looks better. Okay, let's add some color. Y'all still with me? Did I lose you yet? I'm not looking up. Let's add some color. And I've also got this little sentiment. I don't need this right now. I think that kind of distracts from it. Y'all see what I've got going on? Well, yeah, to use the faux postage stamps, you know. You missed line. Yeah, it's just the Shabby Stitches. Shabby Stitches. Okay, so I think I want to add some color to this rose. And I'm trying to decide, do I want to try to watercolor it, or do I want to just use maybe some Distress inks? So I've got some Distress Oxide in Seedless Preserves and a little blending tool. Let's see what happens. Just kind of adding a little bit of color where the roses are. So we're getting a little bit of color all the way around. I see a paper clip. I think we need a little color up here on this side. So, is that too much? Oh, hey, we can do that. This is the rubber stamp called 187, and I just cut out a bunch of them after I stamped them, I'm sorry. Then I took my watercolor pencil and went over them and made them the color that I thought I might use the most of, and just made a few. Like here's another one that's a different shade of pink, but I think I like this shade of pink. So that's something too that, you know, if you're going through your stash and you have a favorite rubber stamp and you have a tendency to always stamp it on a certain color of paper, well, try stamping it on an ivory or a white and then coming back in and filling it in with a color. You could use watercolor pencils. You can use, what is that? Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. You could use your markers, whatever you want. I'm going to do one in blue real fast just so you can see how easy it is. I'm just scribbling inside with watercolor pencil. This one is from Derwent. And then I've got a water brush. Hopefully it's got some water in it. I may need to refill it. So I want to make sure it's got water. And then I'm just coming in here and watercoloring those. And you can make it look perfect. You can kind of give it some pools of color, leave some areas white, you know, kind of play with it a little bit. And you're making your own little ephemera then. You can cut this up and distress it, or not, but I like distressing it. And then you have the same thing, but in different colors to match whatever journal you're working on. We'll put that back up there. All right, so I think what I want to do is glue this under here. Okay, and what else? So we put some color. We didn't put any color on the back other than this little scrap. So I'm going to take the blending tool and add a little bit on the back side. I kind of like that. And I have the French script stamp. And I'm just going to kind of touch it in a couple of spots. Especially if it's barely got any ink on it. It just grunges it up. So you don't have to worry. It's not pristine. It's pretty easy going. So what do you think? We've got a little bit of writing space there. And then you'll have the envelope that you can then put something on the inside. Okay? All right. What's next? I'll put this aside. Do you like the envelopes? Another thing that I've been doing is someone else had saved all their tea bags. I'm cheap, so we buy a Best Choice tea, and it comes in this little paper. And what I've been doing is I cut off the bag portion, and I am saving that. I just didn't want to deal with it. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Margie. And I don't want to deal with the tea portion, but I wanted the envelope. So I just kind of tore it apart, and I don't want the staple, so I will pull that staple out. Sometimes I'll use my scissors, and these come off really easily. And mainly, I am going to punch a hole in this area, so I'm not real worried that this is torn, so I can just pull it out. I just don't want it. You can save this if you want. I have enough string. I don't need any more. And then what I did was I took some scrapbook paper, and let's get a book page. Let's do both at the same time. I had some scrapbook paper, and now I've got a book page. And I want to cut this. I'm just cutting off the edge because I don't want it to show. And I think it needs to be 2 1/4 inches wide. I'm using a Fiskars rotary paper cutter. Yeah, 2 1/4. I love this paper cutter because it has the arm that I can pop out, and I like that the blade is rotary so that it doesn't tear up my paper so bad, and that these are replaceable so I can change it. Hey, I did pretty good, didn't I? I got it the right size. Let's add some Distress inks to these, and let's cut them to fit our tea bag. Okay. Oh, how cute! Your licorice tea have birdies on them. All right, I don't know why I went all the way around that, because what I need to do is glue these onto these. So I like to make my text go the wrong way so that when you're doing something like this, it doesn't really matter. So if you have a directional pattern or print or text, you may want to really look at how you're putting it together. All right, I'm starting to get trash buildup. All right, so I'm going to take this piece and glue it. Come all the way up. So this is good if you've got a thin paper that you want to use, but it's really fragile. Well, you can glue a tea bag, which isn't very thick, to the back side. I'm going to do it again over here. This one doesn't really have a particular pattern. I just grabbed some papers that I had in my stash. I've also been on that Use It Up. Yes, I want you to purchase things from my shop and keep me going, but at the same time, if you already have an abundance of stuff, then get it out and create. Make something. You know, if you're not really sure what you would do with it, give it away. Have a challenge on your page and say, hey, whoever comments on here, you have an opportunity to win this XYZ thing. I'm going to fold this over because this is going to be in a spot that is part of the flap. So it kind of gives it a little decoration. I should have put some Distress ink on there. I am going to go ahead and cut this one off. Okay. And then what I'll do is just kind of look at the envelope of the tea and then fold it. Oh, you know what? We'll go to the sewing machine. So I'll put out the sewing lamb. All right, so I should have put some Distress ink on it after I put it together, because then I can really... So those of you that like that vintage look, you can use a book page. If you want something colorful, you can use some scrapbook paper or a digital paper. And we'll show you 2 different looks, right? All right, so we've got this piece. I'm letting this dry. And we're going to fold this one up. Don't want it to come all the way down, so may add some Distress inks on the fold. All right, I think the paper is almost dry enough. I've got a scrap of paper here. I want to punch a hole, and I don't know that I want this one. Well, that won't be bad. So what I found is sometimes the paper isn't thick enough to get a good punch. So I'm just adding another piece of paper, and then come up here, if I can get it in there, and we'll cut out a little notch. I didn't get it straight, but you know what? That's how we know it's handmade. And I did it on the wrong part. That figures. All right, I meant to do it here. Let's see if it works. See, it won't go because it's not heavy enough. But, come on, let me get it in here. That's funny. Don't do what I did. See, now it cuts. It's weird. All right, we want to do this side. So I'm going to add a piece of paper here. There we go. Oh. That's all right. We'll fix it. We will fix it. Trust me. All right, so this one has a notch out of the top that we didn't intend to happen. So let's see what I can find. Do I want to put another piece of book page? I could do that. How about if we did this? If I cut a little sliver of a book page, and it needs to be the same width. Okay. And I was trying to decide if I want to put it two-sided. Yeah. So I'm just going to add some Distress inks. And we'll glue this. And then I'll glue another one, oopsie, to the other side. Okay. And then I'll just grab this. Yep. Oh, I didn't add some Distress inks again. Okay. Now we can trim it. All right. We're going to go to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch. We're going to stitch this close, so down the side, across, and back up again on both of these, okay? Needs a little lace. Well, I could put some lace on there. Let me see. I got to find my lace bin. I moved stuff. I've got this little lace. I could stitch that lace right over the top. Oh, I need my fabric scissors. All right, we'll stitch that down. I'm going to put a couple of dots of glue just to help hold it in place till I stitch it. And then we'll put one on this here as well. This time I'm going to put it just across the bottom here. So okay, I think this one should be dry. So we're going to start with this one first. We'll stitch it all the way around, and then we will stitch this one close. All right. All right, I put some lace on there. You happy? Oh, you see the machine? I've got it set on a zigzag stitch. And because I want the pretty stitches on the top here and I want to see my lace, I'm going to stitch here with a zigzag stitch really close. Okay, I'm just trying to feed that up in there. And then I'll come across. back down the other side. I know, real exciting watching me sew, right? All right, so now that's stitched, and we have this little envelope that we made. Let's do this one. All right, so the same thing. I'm going to close it up. I'm going to start on this side and come around. Now, if you want stitches across that top flap, you can do that one as well. I'm just going to do right here on this edge. And then back up the other side. I'm trying to keep as close to that edge as I can. So now that one is sewed shut. All right. Aw, well, I'm glad you love sewing, Cam. All right, we did some sewing. We need to put you back over here. Linda needs a drink of water. I don't have tiny, tiny paper clips. I have these big honkin' paper clips. So if I had a little paper clip, I would paper clip these closed. But I kind of like the way they look so far. All right, I think my camera's out of whack. It's there we go. That's a little better. Let's see here. Put that back where it goes. Let's look at this guy. I forgot to get the link for this, and Norella's probably not here. But Norella has some brand new fussy cut flowers that she has added. I mean, she has added a bunch. I'll flip through them. Oh, yeah, and she got these too. I didn't get a chance to cut them all up. But look at all of these flowers that Norella has put. And she's done some dragonfly fussy cuts. So sometimes I like to have little things like this. I don't buy magazines anymore or that kind of stuff. So I haven't really been thrift shopping in a couple of years. I think I want this one. It's small. But remember, when you get these, you can print them at different sizes. So if there's one you like, you could crop that. You can make it bigger. You can make it smaller. So don't ever think that you're stuck with the size that is in the digital image. You can make it any size you need. I wonder... I could put that on the front. I was going to do this one, but I think I like this one. Thank you so very much for your donation, Cricket. Thank you, Margie. Thank you, Miss Edmondson. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Distress Tool. This guy. I may put it on a card on the inside. I was going to put it on here, but I think that should go on a card. And let's see if there's something else. What do I do with all those? So what if I just kind of put that? So you don't have to use the whole image. I think I'm going to put that right here in the corner. So let's add some glue. So these are new fussy cut flowers, and there's also fussy cut dragonflies that she has come out with. And you know what? Instead of just cutting this off, I think I'll go ahead and wrap it to the back side. I mean, why create more trash when I could just glue it all the way on? Okay, I like that. And I have this word love. Oh, and it fits. Look at that. Isn't that cute? All right. Oh, poke, poke, nudge, nudge. Y'all into the raffle if you haven't already. All right, we'll put that right here. Oh, I like it. All right. What would you put over here? Do we want to put a word? Oh, I forgot to put the word on here earlier. Didn't I? There it is. Create the magic you wish to see. Well, now I don't think it needs it. Maybe that's why I didn't do it. Probably so. Okay. What do I want to do here? How about we just put inspire, keeping it really simple. Hey, Sally, y'all enter the raffle if you haven't already. All right. I need a little card for the inside. Got some scrapbook paper here. I think what I'll do is I found some paper earlier that I stuck somewhere. I think it was right here. I found this cardstock, and again, I'm trying to use stuff up, so that's why I'm showing y'all this. And what can we do? If we do it this way, one, and, well, I can get two out of that, and I think what I need to do is cut it at 1 3/4 of an inch. It'll be a very small card. So this should fit if we did it right. If not, I may have to take it down a little bit. All right, let's go 1 1/2. And I don't care. I wasted a little sliver of paper. It's all right. Let's see. All right, so that'll fit in there. And this needs to be roughly 2 3/4 of an inch. So this is 5 1/2. I don't have enough 2 3/4. So let's just cut it exactly in half. Which probably is, oh, it is 2 3/4. It worked out. I don't do math, y'all. So then that fits in here. All right, let's finish that. Let's do the raffle. I'm stalling if you haven't figured out yet. Do we want rounded corners on our cards? Might as well. It makes them look a little bit more fancy. Hopefully I made it small enough to fit in here. I may have to adjust, but we'll be all right. We'll do it. Could also use copy paper. It doesn't have to be cardstock. I was just trying to use what I already had. Trim this a little bit where I folded it to find my center. Okay. All right. What'd you miss? I'm here. I'm making little things. So this will go in here. But we need a little something right there, right? Just a little something. Oh, how about this tiny little bird? This is from the Flying Friends Cube. Flying Friends Cube. All right, so here what I'm going to do is I'm going to position this, and then we're going to stamp it. And look. Ta-da! You didn't know I was clever, did you? All right, I want to put that in the middle. This one's a little crooked, but I think it'll work. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Ah, too stinking cute. I may have to adjust this one just a little bit. Too stinking cute. So that's what we made. We took a tea bag, the paper wrapper, and covered it, one with a book page, one with scrapbook paper. Hey, Ada, welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all into the raffle? So here's what we've made so far. I got a hair in here. I'm assuming it's a hair. Yeah, it was a hair. All right, so I need to get a prize, and we need to pick a winner for 200 junk bucks. Clever is as clever does. Exactly. We are blind if we don't know you're clever. Oh, thank you, Julie. I like this. Just the little touches that you can put. Super cute. Super cute. All right, so a prize. I need a prize, y'all. Oh, we'll do these because then that'll give y'all something to. I'll do one of those. Yep, that'll work. Oh, and I'll do one of these. Okay, I've got it. We're going to do 2 prizes. I'm passing along some things. All right, so we're going to pick the winner of 200 junk bucks. And that winner is Sherry Deskins. Congratulations. You get 200 junk bucks added to your account. Let me reset this. Go here. And we're going to do folio and cross-stitched heart. So I was digging around and I made these a long time ago. I used to do cross stitch. Can you see that? Here's my back. I know everybody wants to see the back. I thought I did pretty good trying to keep my stitches to a minimum. Here's another one. And I don't know why I made them. I had planned to do something, and as you can see, I didn't leave much of a border, but this would be super cute if you were to attach some fabric to it and place that on the front of a cover, you know, stitch on all 3 sides like it's a quilt pattern. And then I made these a while back. I kind of showed different varieties of it here where I've made little folios, and this was just some scrapbook paper that I had. And I had some cardstock just to make something a little interesting. So I've got 2 sets of these little folios. If you can see, I use the same paper line, so they kind of match. All right, so I'm going to stick one of these in here and one of these in here. See, now I've got a little gift I can pass along. Ah, you did cross stitch too, Margie? See, if you still have some of that stuff, get it out and put it in. It is relaxing. My problem was I need better setup for eyesight because my eyes don't like doing that close-up work. All right, so here's what we've made so far. What's next, Linda? What do you want to make next? All right, I showed y'all that technique. Need some water. Here's one I made earlier. And this time I stamped the little tiny Cosmos stamp in the center or on the side. This was some scrapbook paper I had. This is one of the fussy cuts from Norella. So that was one I made earlier. I'll also show you that. What did I do here? Oh, goodness. Where is it? Oh, I haven't colored these. We could do that real fast. So here I stamped the wildflowers stamp here. And then I did one of the dragonfly stamps. And so what I like to do is just kind of grab a few colors. Here is a pink. So should we do pink on the purple and make this a purple flower? Is this purple? Violet. All right, let's do that. We're going to put some purple over here. Then this is watercolor paper. Then what I did was I just stitched it on top of a pink card. All right, so that'll be there. And this one I'll do pink. Like so. Again, I'm just using the Derwent watercolor pencils. All right, so just add a little bit of color there. Grab my watercolor pencil, or brush, I mean. I'm using pencils. And I'm just filling it in. Since I'm going into a purple, I'm just kind of blend it together instead of cleaning it out. This pen is almost empty. I need to fill it. But this is what I like doing. So I suggest, if you know you're going to be busy, you can't take a big project with you, we'll make a bunch of cards like this that are pre-stamped. Grab your watercolors, your watercolor pencils, your watercolor palettes, whatever you like, and then watercolor them, you know, because you can do a couple of pencils and the water brush, because when you fill one, it'll last a while, but they're easy to fill. Okay, that one's got water in it already. And then let's grab a green. This is kind of a really bright green. And I think we need a yellow, so let's do this one. I've got some of the Derwent Inktense pencils. These are really vivid colors. And then I've got some Staedtler water brush pencils. I've got different brands, so don't get hung up on a particular brand. But if you do want a link to Amazon for some watercolor pencils, you want to buy the Derwents, I do have or have shared that link before. So I don't think it's in the spreadsheet, Robin, so I will have to send it to the person if there's somebody that wants it. I'm just going to add some yellow here. And I think I want to make these yellow. It's one of the reasons why I like watercoloring, because it's just so easy. So I'm going to clean out my brush because I had purple and pink, and I don't want my yellow to change color. How's that? All right, and then I'm going to clean my brush out, and I'm just activating the green. Thank you, Margie, for your donation. You're so sweet. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What do you think? Isn't that pretty simple to watercolor? You could even pencil all of them and then take them and use your water brush in front of people, and they'd be like, "Ooh, that's magic. How'd you do that?" Yeah, I'm special. I prepared. Do we want never stop exploring? What else we have here? Always dream big. So there's goes back to your greeting card days. Now, if you want it to look a little bit junkier, you could add some book page behind there. But I kind of like the idea of this look because there's so many of us that have greeting cards that you made. Maybe you can alter those greeting cards. Maybe it said happy birthday, but you find a creative way to put a piece of paper over that and either cover it up with another saying or sentiment, or you could put another image over it. Who knows? I mean, we're thinking outside of the box. But if you had some cards that were this style, you've got some writing space here. You could also make a mini journal cover out of this. You know, just pop it onto the front of a little journal that you've made. Want it for a bigger journal? Well, then just stamp a little bit bigger and make a big scene. It's okay to make a scene on paper, not in public. Yeah, the Derwents. I like the Derwents Inktense. Oh, thank you, Robin. I'm glad you found those. I wasn't sure if I had them with my Amazon. Mile walking. You watch people walk and hobble and think, I wish I could still do that. Oh, put in a row of tiny hearts. Yeah, yeah. Oh, we could also put, you know what? I've got some bling. I've got some little bitty bling. It's going to make Robin swoon. All right, so I've got a little strip of bling. We'll put that right here. How's that? I'll zoom in on it so you can see it. You see the bling? I'll do it again on the other one. And you know what? We could even go back to these if we want and add a little bling. Let's see what we can do. Do I want to add one right here? Yeah, let's do 3 little dots right here. And then, what do I want to do? Do I want to put it across that way? Maybe just 3 little. So we'll just do 3 over here. I'm trying to use this stuff up. I've had it for years. I forget about it. Ah! Because it's not right in front of me. Come on. Put it right there. Alright. You see those? Where I added the bling on those. And then I added the bling on the little envelopes. Okay. Set this back here. Alright, we did a journal card. I'm trying to decide what I want to do next. Listen to some music. Do y'all listen to music while you create? I like to listen to music because it inspires me. It keeps me active, want me to be inspired of what I'm doing. And occasionally it kind of lifts my mood. If you're in a mood, it's good to find something that'll help you. Okay, what did I do with it? Oh, here we go. All right, so I have something kind of complicated. Let's see how this works. Put that over here. I need to clean up a little bit because this is bugging me. And when I get too many things on my desk, I start to lose things. I don't think we need this guy anymore, so I can move it out of the way. Move these out of the way. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put the birdie up. See? I get to talking to y'all. Someone send me more bling. Okay. So this is one of those oversized postcards, and I already cut it down just because I didn't feel that you needed to see me cut a piece of this cheap card. I mean, I just cut them up. And I don't even know what... Oh, here they are. These were all political ads that came to my P.O. box. So I just gathered them all and have them here ready to use. So we're going to start with one of these political ads. Now, if you're using thin papers that you're going to cover this up with, you may need 2 layers. So if you are putting your paper on here and you can still see his face, then you may want to just take a book page and cover it and then put your next layer on. Okay, I just want to say that. I'm going to go on this side, and I've got some scrapbook paper here that I think I want to glue down on that side. So this is a slicky type paper. I'm going to use my Distress ink. I'll give you the measurements just in a moment. I think if I line it up, you can kind of count it out. I think it's 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches. Make it whatever size you like. But I think once you see this little technique, you'll be having some fun with using up some of your scraps. Scrapbook paper, book page, anything like that. Okay? So I just had a little scrapbook paper there. All right. Then I have another book page. Thank you, Nadine. That basically I took a book page, I folded it in half and glued it together. Then I measured that I wanted it to have 2 and a quarter inch. Yeah, 2 1/4 inch wide plus another 1/2 inch. So basically almost 3 inches. It was 2 3/4 of an inch wide piece this way. And then I scored it 1/2 an inch. Okay. And then this piece is going to go here over our scrapbook paper, but not just yet. I need to punch a hole up here at the top, so I'm going to find my hole punch again and scrap of that paper that I had earlier. And we're going to punch a little divot, just looking at my spot here, out of the front of that. Then I'm going to add some Distress inks. Okay. I will go ahead and add some glue to this piece and wrap it over. Now what I didn't do is I didn't cover that up, but I think it looks fine with the black. Now if it wasn't a happenstance, you could just glue a piece of book page here, because this is going to become a pocket. So it's 5 1/4 by 4 inches. This was 2 1/4 inches wide with a little tuck on the back, so make it 2 3/4 of an inch wide by 4 inches tall. So now what we need is down here on the bottom, I've got a book page that I've cut to be 1.5 inches by 4 inches roughly. I had to add some to it to be able to do what I want to do. And I want this across the bottom here to make a pocket. So I'm going to put just a tiny bit of glue on this bottom edge. And then I'm going to put glue on this piece. And we're going to put it right up to the edge. And wrap this around. And by having that wrap around, that gives us the whole pocket side, okay? Or right up to it. I am going to put a tiny bit of glue right here. And we're going to go back to the sewing machine. Okay? Sewing cam. So we're going to go back to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch on this side, up this middle, and across the back. Basically, I'll go all the way across and I'll go up here. And then I'll go around the outside corner here. Okay, so I'm going to switch it to a straight stitch. And I want to start here. I think I'll go ahead and start right here. I'm going to stitch as close to that edge as I can get. And I probably should have bumped up my stitch length, so I'm going to do that now. I'm going to go this way. Now, if your pocket, you want it to be a little bit deeper, you could always just wrap from the outside like I did and not stitch on it. And you can make little gussets like I've shown in the past. Okay. So we did that. And what I forgot to do was to decorate my book page before I put it down. So we're gonna see what we could do to decorate one of these so they look different than the other one. So here's my scrapple paper. If I put this over here, it'll protect what I've got going on, okay? And we can do something on this piece. So how about, we've got a green here. So maybe if I got out a green, I've got Bundled Sage is a color. And I think I want to grab a new brush, which I just saw. Where did I put them? I thought I put them where I could see them. Oh, here we go. I need to put that on the label. Brushes that haven't been used yet. All right, now I gotta figure out. Oh, here we go. Figure out how to get it open. I'm gonna get one more scrap of paper here. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks good. So even if you messed up and you didn't color it beforehand, you could do so after the fact. What do you think? I think I want to add some stamping. My nose itches all of a sudden. So I'll put this over here to help cover up that side. And let me get a couple of rubber stamps. Oh, I've got this one. I haven't used it in a while. I can't remember if this is called Flourish. I think it may be called Flourish. Let's see, let's come up from the bottom. And maybe down from the top. Oh no! Fussy cuts went everywhere. I'm gone. We had a craftastrophe. I had moved my fussy cut bucket closer to me so I could look in it. And I just knocked it off onto the floor. All right, let's put this back. Oh yeah, what do you think? Does that look better? So you kind of differentiate between the segments. So what can we put down here? That actually fits right in there. I think we could add a little something to that. Let's go ahead and add the green that I just stuck in here. So I'm going to come in here with a green. Oh, I guess not enough on here. It will kind of tone down the word journal because it's covering it up, because Distress Oxide is an opaque ink. I like that. Maybe a little bit darker around the edge here. Like that. So I'll glue that down. I didn't add stitching in this corner. I was going to, and then I got distracted. All right, so now we have this tall, skinny slot, and I just happen to have a piece of paper that I thought would fit there. And we need to add a little something to it. You know what? I've got this little piece just laying here. I think it goes. I'm going to add some distressing. This was at the end of a belly band from Norella. There we go. And we can just glue that into place. Okay. I think the paper, it's a piece of watercolor paper. Hello, hello, hello. So glad you're here. Okay, I just had it. There we go. I'll put some Distress inks on the watercolor paper. I was cutting paper for a certain size, and this is just what ended up being left over. So this would be a great bookmark that you could make a little pocket like this and then give it to someone that they could use all the items however they wish. So we need something for this pocket. And I happen to have some little tags I made. I wonder if one would fit. It does. So these were some garment tags that I just, well, in fact, I didn't even get it on all the way. See, this is even the beacon glue. Didn't want to stick. So I'll add some more. Either that or I forgot and used the other glue. So I partially made it here. Anyhow, it was a garment tag. So we'll put that in here. And then I happen to have, come here. This is some Brutus Monroe cardstock. And it has this on the front of it. So I'm going to add some glue. Because the back was white. So I could use it for journaling space. So you can kind of see the pattern through it, but it's not too bad. So I'll go ahead and trim this off. So we'll make a journal card to go in the back pocket. Okay, put that over here. All right, so let's add some distress inks to it. We can build a scene. I think that's what I'm going to do. I have the new flower stamps. So I'm thinking we could stamp that directly on. Let's see how it turns out. If I don't like it, here's the thing. I can stamp on another piece of paper and cover it up. All right, where did that go? All right, we'll just... So, put that in here. Ink this up. And let's see how it looks. Put it right in the middle. Maybe up to the top. Yeah, up to the top. It's a little faint. It's not what I really wanted. So, what we can do is fix it. I have another book page here. But I also had... What did I have? That was too wide. What if we were to stamp it on a piece of cardstock? I had that ivory cardstock that was left over a little while ago. Here we go. This piece. I think I like this idea. So what I'm going to do now is cut this piece to fit. So if I do 3.5 inches, let's do that. Just happens to be the right size. Look at there. So we can put it in the middle. So we're still getting the book page effect. I'm recycling packaging. I found this cardstock that's been in my stash forever. Okay. We could also add color to this. But I think what I want to do first is stamp the flower again. So this is the cone flower stamp. There we go. That's a lot better. This is a fine line drawing, so it doesn't always show up perfectly. But I think that will look really good coming out of our pocket. So, do we want to add color to this outside edge? You know, I found the other day these markers. Yeah, I don't have a green one, but I do have that bundled sage again. So we could basically add color to this edge. We'll do it where we come in from the edge and kind of like we're giving it a little bit of a background. Okay, I like that. See how it's going to look over that book page. We'll put a sentiment down here at the bottom. We have beauty is soul deep. I think that will fit there. Yeah. And again, I'll go ahead and stamp it directly on. That way, if it does mess up, it's no big deal. I'll stamp it onto a scrap of paper and cover it up. So if I remember correctly, this is kind of make it straight. There we go. Beauty is soul deep. So now let's put that on top. I could also make this a pocket. So I will, just for grins, you'll have a secret pocket on this card. I like it. So here we are getting it. Now we can go ahead and color it, or we can leave it and color it later, or leave it for someone else to color. What would you like to do? You want me to color it, or you want me to just leave it? Isn't that a pretty stamp? Thank you. Using up your scraps and your die cuts. I love stamps on book page. Sometimes they're perfect, sometimes they are not. I like it. So it took me a little bit to make it, but you could see where you could use your junk mail, book pages, a little bit of scrapbook paper. Robin says color it. Julie says leave it. Cricket says color. I see more color it. All right. So I'm going to color it. Found my watercolor pen. And I think I want a different green. So I'm going to get both of these greens. And do I want it to be purple? I think I want it purple with all this green. So I've got this purple. And I need a brown. So this should be a brown. I think that's too dark though. Let's do this brown. All right. So I've got a red violet lake. Red violet lake. So I'm just going to color the petals. This would be a cone flower. I used to have one and it lasted about 2 years and then it didn't come back. I'm sad. I need to get me another one. I can't remember if I can plant this from seeds or if I have to have a plant to get flowers the same year. All right, I'm just loosely scribbling on here, okay? And sometimes I like to do mine where I color it and then come back and I can add more highlights. Sometimes I do it all at once, meaning I would use 2 different colors of watercolor pencil and then color it with the water. So I'm going to grab another color here in a moment. All right, I'm going to clean off my brush. And I think I want a little bit darker purple. Ah, come back here. Kind of defines it when you add a darker color to it. It's still a little damp, so it's kind of almost like a watercolor brush because you're getting a little bit of that water picked up. Okay, I like that. All right, and now I'm going to grab a brown and color this in. If you want it darker, make it darker. All right, clean my brush. All right. She's got the look. I'm listening to some 80s top hits, I guess. I don't know. Some of this music is so old. I'm not that old. I can't be that old. Oh, speaking of old, Henry's birthday was Saturday. We had a nice little dinner. We went out with his parents to a fancy Brazilian steakhouse where they bring out all different cuts of steak. It's all you can eat. It's basically they have like kebabs that will have steak pieces on it, and they just carve off a little piece for you at a time. So if you don't know which kind of steak you like, you can always try each one. They're all very tasty. Have a little salad bar that goes with it. We enjoyed it. It was good. I think I got the wrong shade of green here. I may want this kind of a blue. All right, so I colored that. What do you think? And then that goes right here. I feel like that's not really representing the green. I may need to do some changes. All right, so we made another thingy, okay? I'll add strips of paper on here before I glue it down, so I'll have the full use of my pocket in case I want to put something else back behind here, which would be kind of cool if I had some more of that scrapbook paper. I'll look, and I may cut another piece. Okay, so we made a little pocket thing. This was my prototype, so I can move that out of the way. Oh, that's what else. I was going to make a little book. And what time is it? 5:09? I could do one more. We'll see here. Okay. So I've got a piece of book page that I folded in half. I got a piece of scrapbook paper that needs to be trimmed down to the size that I want it to be. And what I'm doing is I've got a couple of pieces of paper that I use some stencils on. Maybe one out on the inside. And these measure 2 3/4 of an inch. No, 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So I want 2 3/4 wide by 4 1/4. Hopefully I got that straight. I felt it shift on me, so we shall see what happens. So I got 2 book pages plus the scrapbook paper. This is going to make a little journal cover that we can use in our journals. Again, just using up scrapbook paper. Now, if you want it to have the text in the middle, you can, and I just realized this will be upside down. I guess it didn't matter because I can make sure when I put it together. All right. Sometimes I make sure that my book page that I use in this inside is going to be facing up and down instead of right side up or upside down. I'm just going to trim this out. Okay. Using scraps of paper to make a little journal cover. Got some distress inks. Okay, you see the purple as purple. Okay, good. I wasn't sure if it was coming out right. All right, I got that done. I've got these two pieces, and basically what I want to do is take this and fold it in half, score it. I will run my distress ink down the spine so you can see it. We're going to go to the sewing machine again, and I will paste this in and use a paper clip to hold it. Okay, and then I'll just stitch right down the middle there. Okay. Did I miss anybody's asking a question? Thank you, Nadine, Sherry, Margie, Cricket, Margie again. Oh my goodness, thank you, Margie. She gave me $40 today. The Mrs. Edmondson and Robin. Thank you so very much. All right, I want to do a straight stitch. I'm going to bump it up. I'm going to stitch once. You can back stitch if you want. Depends on your sewing machine if it's a pain in the rear. I'm just going right down that line that I used the distress ink on. So I had a sewing, so I can see where I wanted to sew right on top of that. What do you think? Did I do okay? Yeah, little mini books and a journal. Oh, got to turn my camera back. Sorry. Little mini journal. And see, and I've created another scrap I can use at some point. All right, so since there is text on the inside, I'm going to flip it this way. So this is going to be my top. Oh, I wonder if this will fit on here. I think I like just that butterfly on there. So I'm going to glue it down. I could add, oh, you know, I'm going to. I saw it right here. I've got a little piece of cheesecloth here. Just because I know Robin loves cheesecloth. It's like her favoriteest thing. She would love it if you would send her cheesecloth. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I like it. A little mini book. Well, so now that I've made a little mini book, I feel like, do I make a pocket that can hold it? I may need to do that. So let's grab another. I've got one of these postcards that I cut off of. That way I don't have to have a great big piece. And I've got some scrapbook paper here. I've got, this is a one of Norella's papers. And I have this pink scrapbook paper and this piece. And I think maybe we could get away with some book page. I've got this one. Let me cut a couple of strips because I prefer to have my edges straight for some reason. So let's make a 3.5 inch strip. Okay. Oh, I just saw a spider. Gotta spray the room. All right, we got that. So let's get some distress inks. Go around these edges real fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste these onto this postcard. And fill it in, if you will, and then I'm going to cut it to make little pockets. All right, so if I put this across here, and if we had this piece in here, maybe if we did I don't think I want that showing, so I could do it this way. I think that's what I'll do. I was trying to figure out how to kind of break it up a little bit. I may add some color to that book page. Go ahead and add some distress inks here. Okay, let's add some color to that book page. Okay, lay this in here. And what colors? Maybe a little bit of some pink, if I can find one. This one is a Garden Tea Party. Thank you so much, Janice, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I want, that's kind of a purpley color. I think that looks pretty good. Let's dry it some more. Oh, my nose itches. I have no idea how to make cheese. You don't? I know how to make cheese. Do not repeat. Send me that stuff. You need a couple of cats again? All right. I think that's what I want to do. Just kind of put this in here. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Maybe this way. Okay, I'm going to put this piece down first. Again, this is one of those slicky postcards. I'm going to try to use this beacon glue. Spiders and ants are abundance this year. Yes, they are. And we've had grasshoppers like crazy in our yard. Oh, the power of love. All right, so I'm going to trim this one off. All right, I think I want to cut this so I can get more of that color in the middle. And we're breeding scraps. All right. I want that flower, so I think that's what I'll do, is I'll just glue this down. Okay. I like that. I'm trying to decide if I want that big of a piece of the pink that I sprayed. I could overlap this. I think this needs something on it. So what I want to stamp on there, if it's going to, I think we'll leave it and I can stamp it later. Okay. I'm going to glue down the book page. We're going to go to the sewing machine. And I'm going to stitch around this, and then I'll cut it up. So now I can do this. And cover it up this way. And then I need to glue this corner. And then trim all this off. So covering up that oversized postcard with the scraps on my desk. I decided what I could do with that pink area. I'll get a stencil and we'll stencil it. I'm going to stitch around all of that, so I'm not worried if it's not set down all the way on the page. But I am going to grab a stencil. And let's see here. Oh, let's do this one. That'll look good. I've got the Victorian panel. Yeah, that'll work. So I'll just grab a scrap of paper here. Just to help me stay within the lines. Kind of line that up where I want. And I think we need a dark color, don't we? Maybe the Dusty Concord. This also gives it a chance for the glue to dry before I go to the sewing machine. All right. Sewing lamb. We're going to go to the sewing machine again. That was the Victorian panel. Victorian panel stencil. Okay. Let's go to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch all the way around. All right. Well, I'm just going to start right down this center piece here. Oh, forgot to change my sewing machine. Back up. It's easy to pull out when you have giant stitches. Sewing down. It's always important to make sure that if you're going to sew on top of something that has been glued, that glue is dry so it doesn't gum up your machine. You want to use newer thread, not thread that's 25 years old, because it probably will be very fragile and bitter and brittle, not bitter, brittle. It's bitter. That thread is upset with you because you didn't use it. It's bitter. Because now it's useless. Right, Hercules? What are you doing? Hi. What are you doing, Hercules? Huh? Did you want to say hello? You want to come here? No? Okay. He didn't want to say hi to y'all. Hercules! Hercules! What are you doing? I know I'm going to trim this down. So I think I'm not going to stitch down this side. So I'm going to start here. I may change my mind. I think I already have. Because this is 6 inches wide, and I don't need it to be that wide. So I can cut this up into smaller pieces. And what I may do is come back after I cut it and then stitch those outside edges of the new pieces. I know it's complicated. Very complicated. Hello, Cuppy! He came in here and looked at at me and I reached down and pet him, but he didn't want to stick around. He's probably thinking, Mom, why is it so hot in here? All right, so we just stitched all the way around. So this is where you could leave it and use it later. You've got the base of it made. So if you're in a mood of, I just want to paste papers onto some junk mail, paste a whole bunch of them, then sit down and do your sewing, and then come back, because you're basically doing another version of a master board, and just determine how do you want to cut this up. I think what I want to do is I want to make this pocket at least, let's do 3 1/4 inches. That may seem weird to some people, but, oh yeah, and I forgot because I'm using this thicker. It takes a little bit extra. Okay, so we've got that much. I don't want to cut up the poppy, but I think I want to make 2 pockets out of this, because I could make it 5 inches. Maybe we'll make it 5 inches. I'm knocking over my stuff I made earlier. Let's make it 5 1/4. This is why I was not going to at first stitch down this side. So we'll stitch here and here, and that will finish that as a pocket. And then we've got this piece left over. I'm thinking it's 6 inches. What if we cut this at 3 inches? And now we have these 2 pieces that could be used. All right, so I just lost a piece. Oh, that's right, because I didn't use the little piece. So we took all of that. We have this little bitty piece left over. That could be another tuck spot, so we'll stitch it. Let's go back to the sewing machine and stitch this. All right, so I'll just start on one edge and go around. These were just totally random papers that were left on my desk. The book page I colored to kind of help bring my colors together, but it's interesting how things come together. This would be a good little belly band for a card, or you know what, it might work for our mini journal as a belly band. You could also do it maybe this way if you add tabs, and then it could be attached over it. I think that's what we'll do. So now I'm using every piece that I cut up. One more. Alrighty. And I love this patchwork look that it comes up with. All right, how are we doing? Hello, Amanda Dawn. I was thinking of you today because I found a package of ledger paper that you gave me, and I pulled some pieces for a journal project that I'm working on. All right, so we need to make this be able to accommodate our little book without interfering in it. So I've got some scraps of paper here. And what I want to do is just glue a piece across here. In fact, I could go this way, so I'm just going to attach it at the top. What that's doing is making this, when I fold it over, we'll have the full use of this strip for our little belly band. So if you have a small piece of paper and you're trying to figure out, how do I make this work? Well, add another piece of paper to it like this. And then you'll have a little tab that you can use. When you put it in your journal, you'll fold these in and put glue on the tabs. They won't be seen. And then you can put your journal in. You could even put it where it comes from the bottom. You could put a little clip on here. So I think that turned out pretty cute. Thank you so much, Manda, for your donation. Thank you, Terry, Janice, Nadine, Sherry, Margie, Cricket, Margie, Jennifer, Robin, and Lori. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate your support. All right, so now we've got these pieces. I didn't add distress inks to that, but we can do it to these. These are not quite dry, so I'll do these first. Just go around the edge. And that was one of Norella's journal pages. I think it's from Wildflowers. And I had cut it up for another portion to use on a journal I was making. And this was laying here. And I thought, well, we can use that. All right, so we've got these little pieces here. And I got this bigger piece. This one's going to go with here. So I'll just fold this back. You want to do this when your paper is, the glue is dry. But, okay, so that's going to go here. What do I want to put on here? I think, look at that. That framed it perfectly. We're going to glue that in there. It's another one of my rubber stamps. I just stamped it ahead of time so you didn't have to watch me do each one. Create the world you wish to see or want to see. So that'll be a pocket that we can put stuff in. Then I've got these two guys here. Since this is directional, I'm going to rotate it so that it's going up and down. And these would be pockets that could hold like a 3-inch wide card if we wanted in it. So what can we put on it? I've got notes. Oops. Thank you so much, Sherry, for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How about notes? And let's see what else I have in here. Oh, I forgot to show y'all these. I have a new stamp set. It is the mini words in journal. I just added it to my shop. So I've got these little bitty words now that say journal. They're the same font as the journal rubber stamp number 2. I think that's what I'll do. I may see if I've got one of these fussy cut flowers that would go. Let's see what we've got in here. I've got a dragonfly. He kind of blends in on that one. I think he sticks out better on there. That might be kind of neat. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's add some distress inks to those. Love those half-page ledgers. They're kind of fun, aren't they? Oh, poke, poke, nudge, nudge. All right. Thank you, Ada, for your donation. All right. Well, I think what I'll do next is make some journal cards that could go with these, but aren't super matchy-matchy, if that makes sense. So I want to use a variety of different things, so I think I'll do it across this way. Those are some of Norella's dragonflies, or fussy cut dragonflies. Yeah, mini words. See here how tiny that is? I made it small enough that it'll fit in the label, so it will fit inside there. I just wanted some really small ones without the label. I got a bunch of words that I've been adding. If there's a set you want, let me know. Okay, we'll add this one over here. So we used a stencil. We used some scraps of paper, digital images, scrapbook paper, book page. All right, let's make some journal cards real quick to go with these. I've got that piece. I've got a couple of bookmark sides. So what if we were to do those in here? See, I'm coming up with, ideas. Oh, I found this music. Maybe we'll put the music on here. Oopsie, something fell. I'm having a problem today with things falling. It doesn't want to stay put. But this is heavy chipboard. But we could do it as a journal card behind here. All right, y'all enter the raffle. We'll do that. In fact, I'm going to let y'all get in on the raffle while I go get some more water in my cup because I'm out, and I'll be right back. So let me move these out of the way. Tags with lots of fibers, please, because those are your favorite. Okay, I'll get some fibers out. Let me get some water. Okay, all better. I had to get water and get rid of some water. All right, so we're gonna have two winners. They're gonna win these little goodies, and then I gotta pick a prize. Oh, this will work. Okay, perfect. Oh, I just saw that. Okay. All right. The first winner of the little folio with the cross stitch is Sheila. Congratulations. And I think I have prizes going out to you. It'll be going out this week. I've been very behind on everything. All right. The next winner is Terry. Congratulations. All right. I believe I have your address too, so that's good. We won't have to worry about that. I'm going to set these aside and reset. And we're going to do month, weekly journal cards in black. Oh. Here, let's do this differently. There we go. I just happened to find these on my desk. I have this set of monotone journal cards. So it has January. This had a different year in the background. These were Norellas. And I just covered up the actual month that had the numbers and left the words on each one. So I thought I would pass those along. I just saw that. So even if you have a digital that has a month on it, well, think of a creative way to cover it up and use it anyway. Okay, put that up here. All right, so we've got different pieces. So I am going to set the pockets aside because technically I really don't want my tags, I think that's what she said she wanted, to be perfectly matchy-matchy. They can kind of go together, but I don't want them to be exactly matchy-matchy. So I'm going to set those aside and see what we've got here. Y'all enter the raffle if you haven't already. Okay, I don't need that. I've got some music. I have some more scrapbook paper. I have a book page. Let's see what else we have here. I've got some floral paper. I've got another piece from a Dragonfly journal kit. You know, that might get good mixed with some of the sheet music. I also have some of this graph paper that would be good to put on the back sides of these for writing space. What else do I see here? Got another piece of scrapbook paper. I think I might have enough now. Let's see. Okay, let's put you over there. Let's put you over there. All right, let's start with one and work our way. So come up with some ideas. All right, so this is just a piece of cardstock, and I'm trying to decide, do I want to just put a little bit of paper on here? I think I might do that. So this is 3 1/4 inches. Sure, I made another scrap, but that's okay. Now, do I want to come down all the way, or do I want to come up? And what I could do is fold this in half, and then this will go over the top. I like that. Let's do that. Okay, we've got that one. One down. Idea started. This one, I'm trying to decide, do I want to add a piece of book page? Probably the music would be good. All right, I'm going to trim off the edge. Trying to get it, the page is not straight. Okay. I'm thinking that I'm going to cut this up. So I want to put the music all the way on. I think that's what I'll do. It'll go all the way on. So cut this all the way down. Sometimes I glue it into place and then cut it. I'll do that today. Why not? All right, so I'm just going to cover the portion of this that had the printing for the Canvas Court Brands paper. And I think I'll do it this way. So I'm going to line it up with the edge. And then I'll just cut off this excess. So that one started. We'll glue this one on after I distress it. And then I've got these two guys that I want to put something on. I think what I'll do is I'll start with the graph paper. There might be enough. Not enough to fold it over, but this one's that slicky paper, so I'm going to put a little bit of this glue on here, Beacon. All right, what time is it? So I need to finish these up really fast. And then we're going to do a quick flip through of the journal that I'm giving away. Did we make our goal? What now? What did I forget? Start. Oh, I thought I did start it. Open giveaway. Okay, it's open now. Did I not change? I thought I did it. Sorry. I was in the zone. All right, I'm going to cut this off. And since it's just that wide, I'll just fold it over. I'll add some Distress ink to that edge and we'll glue it down. I was in the zone. Y'all into the raffle now. It's getting hot in here. I'm just not with it. We are on smart hours, so we have to turn our air conditioner up from 2 to 7 p.m. or you pay 40 something cents a kilowatt hour. It's really expensive. So that's what I've been doing. Is somebody call? Oh, Robin called me. Did I get it? Okay. My phone acted like she was calling me, but all right. I can't see why you would be exhausted. Okay, we got this one and this one. All right, I'll glue this one down. So we need to glue on this side something. Do the same thing. I have to hurry. If I'm going to finish these, I may not get them finished. Okay. Trim it, flip it. Yep, didn't get that trim straight. Okay, we're getting some Distress inks. Glue this little piece down. We have another scrap. I do have this strip. And it will fit on one. It's not enough to do both, but it might be enough just to do one. Let me see if one is narrower than the other. There's a little bit of a gap, but I think it's okay. I think I can just work with it. So we're going to add some glue here. And then glue this piece down. Still see a little bit of it, but it's not too bad. Okay. And this isn't long enough for over here, but maybe we can do something where we layer. Need a different piece. Here we go. Maybe that's what I'll do, is just glue that down and then glue a piece here. I have a little skinny strip. Huh. Wonder if I can make that work. I'm going to try. It's just a little script that was left over from something. I don't know. If it's still not enough, we can always add more paper. Okay. And then this piece will go on top. All right, so you want lots of fluffy fibers, you said. Well, we're going to see what I can find that's laying here. Okay. Cut that off. What do you think? It's got a little bit of that pink in it that is in the journal card, but it's not going to be super matchy-matchy, right? You're hungry, but it's cold and the other... Oh. Well, if you start cooking... Oh, you butt dialed me. Okay. Fluffy fibers and Bing, because I'm demanding like that. Oh my gosh. Okay, that one looks pretty good. All right, so we got those. I think I'm not going to do this one today because I want to get this others done and get the last raffle started here in a few minutes and go back through all the things that we did make today. So looking at this, what can I do? Oh, I have this sepia toned dragonfly. I think that would look kind of cool on there. I'm going to make these into tags with fibers, and this one I'm just going to put the dragonfly on. Turn this over. What else do I have here? This one has a little birdie on it. Kind of blends in though. I think I need something else. How about that dragonfly? That looks good. I can bring it down just a little bit so when we put our fibers that come out the top. Let's look at my little folders here. See if there's something that jumps out at us. I've got this piece. That kind of looks cool on there, doesn't it? I can bring it down. I like that. That's one of Norella's. Okay, let's do those. Distress inks again. All right, are everybody with me? You want bling and fibers. Oh my goodness. Okay. Gotta come up with a sentiment that I want to put on here too. I like that. Let's glue this one down. This little strip of the background was from the Dancing Dragonflies. Dragonfly fussy cuts are from Norella of Calico Collage. I can't remember which this one of Calico Collage this is. It might be a shabby chic set. I almost didn't get that down low enough, but I think it'll work. All right, so let's get my slot punch. So I've got my slot punch here. And I haven't gone around the edges of this journal card, so I need to. So punching holes in them. Trying to get them somewhat in the center. Slot ID punch. I like this punch. Okay, cool. All right, so we got that. Let's add some distress inks to this piece again. Or for the first time. Okay, do the back. Okay, so now I want some fibers. Want some fibers. I've got a little bit here, and I saw this blue. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay this out. We want lots and lots of fibers, she says. So I'm going to lay this out and make 3 piles of fibers. All about the same size. Okay, got one of those. So let's do this one. This was from the Under the Sea collection. That other fiber, I don't know which kit that was in, but I'm trying to use up some of this stuff that I have. Okay. We're going to make it fluffy. She wants fluffy, she says. Well, we're going to make it fluffy because we got eyelash yarn and... Oh, I have this yarn. Let's use this one too. Why not? I don't have my pink available right here. I may put some more of this purpley pink on there. Okay, and let's do another of this purpley. Okay. You like that? Okay. What else do I have in here? Oh, well, this has kind of got a pinky color to it, so we can use some of that. So we'll put some of that pink in there. Okay, so I think what I want to do is get my little thread that I like to reuse. And I have one. See if I can find one. Of course, when I want one, I can't find any. Here's one. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. Is I want to pull this fiber through my slot here. And even though we did a sepia tone dragonfly, we're going to have some bright colors of fibers. So I'm just going to pull this through. And what I'm going to do is go to the sewing machine in a moment and stitch. That will close that off, and I don't create a knot that then makes more bulk in my journal. So I'll lay that there. So we're going to do the sewing lamb one last time. Did y'all like what I showed you today? I hope you liked what I did. I know that I'm trying to show y'all some new stuff and try to keep it interesting. So I hope you enjoyed seeing just some different ideas of collaging and using what you have. Okay, I've got that one. We'll add a sentiment on here too, but I think I want to put the sewn portion behind me. Okay, it's handy to keep these little pieces of thread after you cut up bind a journal. Bind a journal. I couldn't get my words out today. Tongue-tied. I'll just speak a whole new language and y'all just have to decipher what I'm talking about. Yes, I liked it. Loved it, Julie said. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Kind of get this adjusted a little bit. All right, let's go to the sewing machine and we'll stitch this. Sewing lamb. I need some more water. All right. So I'm going to hold this fibers out of my way. I'm trying to decide which way I want. I think I'm going to go this way. And I'm going to sew on this top edge. In fact, I'll just sew all the way across from one edge to the other. There we go. So that's been sewn all the way across. So that keeps that relatively flat. And it has, like it has hair. All right, we'll do this one the same way. There we go. And one more. So they go with our pockets, but they're not necessarily super matchy-matchy, right? Okay. Put this away. Clear back a few things on my desk. Y'all can see all this. I know you can. Okay. Let's see what we've got in our little words. I could put to-do list. Oh, here we go. How about this? How about grace? And it's been distressed just a little bit. So we'll put grace on here. I want to put there, there. Let's put it down here at the bottom. Okay, we'll put that down here. Put this over here. I was trying to clean up some of my mess so that I could show you the things I made. Okay. I don't think we'll do to-do list. We'll do how about be authentic and follow your soul. Do I want to put that on here? I think it needs something else. I could cut it apart. Why don't I do that? If we did follow your soul down the side here. So we did follow your soul. Like that. I could put it in the middle. I think I like that better. Yeah. Are we getting there? Are we getting there? I think we are. Clear it away. Get these things out of the way. Okay, we'll put down the words and then I'll show you all the things we made. We'll pick the winner of the monthly journal cards. And then I will show you the journal that we're doing in the raffle today. Fluffer, we still got to do some bling. Oh, I forgot to put Distress ink on the edges. Okay, seriously? Oh, there it is. Okay. Follow your soul. Gotta get some bling. Okay, I like that. All right. So we've got bling. I could do a whole strip down the side here. I think I'm going to do that. Because I can. And it helps me use it up. And you keep saying you want bling, so there you go. How's that? And then we'll put this little strip right here. And I've already glued that one down. So what if we did this little strip? Oh, I don't want all of that. All right, lay back down. Put that under here. Okay, there's one side of bling. But wait! I have another idea. If I can find them. Oh, here we go. I've got some dragonflies. I could pin these. Ah, there we go. Don't want that. I want this. If I can see it. All right, now. My fingernails are so long I can't get up underneath there sometimes. Okay. Cute! I have a bunch of these little dragonflies left. Well, I say a bunch. I think I have 10 more maybe. Okay. So, you got Fluffy and Bling. Are you happy now, Robin? Are you happy now? I'm trying to put some things away. It's back up here. All right, so those were made so that we could use them with, I'm just going to split it up for now, our pockets that we can put in our journals. So I made those pockets earlier. Oh, yay. Well, not some, but all. Okay, thank you. Some, not all. And then this was a piece that was made because I cut this up and I added a little paper tabs to it. So we'll glue that down in our journal. And you could glue it this way or that way. And I have this little journal that I made, a mini, that can go underneath, whether you want to put it up and down on your page or where it hangs down on your page. So there's that. We took some tea bags and I covered them with paper, both sides. And then on the inside, I made a little journal card that I stamped a little tiny birdie. And this was a rubber stamp. This has got the same little birdie inside. And then, oh yeah, I made this multi-pocket. So it'll have a pocket in the back, has this pocket here, and it has a little pocket here. So you could paste that onto a page, and you've got a really nice look that if you have just a book page behind there, that's going to look really good. And then I'd already made the cards, but I watercolored them with y'all and added some bling. So there's some bling on there. And then I took a couple of envelopes that had my return address up here that was out of date and not any good. I just realized I'm not on camera all the way. And I covered that up. You love that multi-pocket, Robin? Well, thank you. So that was all the things that I made today in our session. I hope that you enjoyed that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pick the winner of the set of journal cards. And then I'll flip through the journal that were given away. So this little set of journal cards. The winner of those is the Monotone Monthly Journal Cards. Lori Merchant. Congratulations, Lori. I'll get those sent out to you. All right, so we're going to reset this. And what do I have here? Oh, yeah. I'm doing a journal that I made a long time ago. So I'm going to get my stuff ready. What is this? This is a garden tea party giveaway. All right, so if you've donated today, you have a chance to win this journal. I'm going to flip through it so you'll see what it looks like. And those that donated so far were Ada, Sherry, Lori, Manda, Terry, Janice, Nadine, Sherry again, thank you, Margie or Feline Family, Fifi, Margie donated, Cricket donated, Margie donated again, the Mrs. Edmondson, which is Jennifer, donated, as well as Robin. Thank you all so much for your support today. Remember that your donation nets you a membership on my website. So go over to lindaisrael.com and create a user account if you haven't already. Then after you've done so, make sure you message me through my website. Hey, I created a user account. I donated on whatever day. If your given name that you're going to use for mailing and whatnot is different than your YouTube name, say, hey, I'm so-and-so on YouTube. So I get you connected and we'll get you set up, because you get some free digital downloads. You also get discounts on items in my shop. And then during the live stream, when you donate, you get a chance to win the journal that I am giving away. So this was from the Garden Tea Party journal kit. It's kind of fun to go back and revisit some of these kits looking at the old journals. This is a beautiful, colorful Victorian garden feel to it. So if you like these pretty pastel colors, this is one of these kits that you'll just love. I do have some of these available in my shop. This was my journal lines. What is this? Swirly journal line. Swirly journal card. And I used the Tea Party on top. This is from the Tea Party in here. I had a book page and made a pocket out of some chipboard and made another pocket out of some scrapbook paper. Little tag that we have with some dyed fabric on here. On the other side of the book page, I had some cardstock that I put down, and this is a tuck spot. This was some dyed paper that I made. I dyed it with Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. You just need the journal, Terry says. Terry wins some more junk bucks. Wow, good job. This is some chipboard piece, rubber stamp, rubber stamp, rubber stamp from the kit. Rubber stamp, rubber stamp, rubber stamp from the kit. Over here, I had an envelope, faux envelope that I made out of a piece of paper that I sprayed with Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. So it folds all out. And then you can fold it back up. Rubber stamp, rubber stamp, rubber stamp, rubber stamp, rubber stamp. That goes back here. This is a Starbucks band in the background. This is from the kit. It's a little gazebo. This was some dyed tea bag that I dyed with some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. And then I had some blackberry dyed paper that I put in here. All right, I'm just going to stick it back. This is a little tag. There's washi tape down the side here, probably because that paper was fragile. Dyed paper, that swirly note card from the kit. And this opens, so you can undo this and open that up. I show how I'd made this in the Garden Tea Party kit. It's one of those stick pins to close it. Belly band with tickets and fabric. Some stenciling in the background. More stenciling. This is a fluffy journal. It has lots of stuff in it. Stamping. A cup of tea makes everything better. This is a journal on the side, so it flips over and then you have writing space inside of it. And it is a pocket too. It's a pocket from the top. So if you have something you want to stick in there, you can. Oh yeah, that's what I did. This is a 2-for-1 paper clip. So when you flip it over here, it's holding this down. And then this flips up. And then there's a journal card in the background. This is another stamp called South 40 Tea. So it looks like a faux tea label. Put that on here. There's another pocket that goes this way and this way. So we made a little faux booklet. And then it goes this way. And then I had some scrapbook paper. I really like this journal. I don't want to give it away. But Robin said, it's so pretty. All right. And then we've got these. This was a page out of a gardening book. Oh, and this is a little piece of paper that I wrapped with some paper or fibers. More journaling cards. Stamping. Sheet music. Okay, this tore. So I think what I want to do is find, I've got another piece of paper here. This is another piece of sheet music. So what I'm going to do is kind of make a faux repair on the page. So my glue is here. I think if I fold this in half, let's go, yeah, this way. So I don't want to get it on the journal card that I have on the other side. There. So that fixed that problem. There we go. Sometimes sheet music is really fragile and brittle. So it's not always wise, and I did it there, to make a journal page out of it. And then this was stamped lace and real lace. Stamped lace and real lace. Stamped lace again over here is, actually this is a printed journal card from the kit. And then this opens up. So you got a little accordion fold book. And then, I don't know why Hercules has decided to go barking. All right, now I can't get it to close. All right, I'm going to just do it later because we're running out of time. And now we're at the back of the book. And that was from last July, July 26, 2021. All right, is everybody in? Yeah, your dog's heard him bark. It's like, stop it. Yeah, he was barking for some reason. Someone is barking. Alrighty, let's pick a winner. So the winner of this beautiful, fabulous journal that I made, I put my blood, sweat, and tears into. I hope you appreciate it. Goes to, I got to click on the right screen. Wait, not everybody's in. We've got Margie, Ada, Nadine, Robin, Janice, the Mrs. Edmondson, Terry, and Lori. Is that everybody? Amanda Dawn's not in. And Cricket. I'll give you all another second. Yeah, he sees a rogue leaf. Get it, Herc. Exactly. If somebody, kids will ride, we have a circle driveway, so kids will ride in our driveway, and if he hears them, he'll start barking. Although it's too hot to be riding a bicycle today. All right, let's pick a winner. I was giving you a little bit longer. Cricket got in. See if, yep, there's Amanda. Okay, good job, good job. You recently got several cool tea books at an estate sale. Oh, you need to get these printables. Yeah, yeah. Is it, how old are they? They may be, yeah, you would love this. The Garden Tea Party to go with that, Lori. Garden Tea Party. Robin will share that link again to the collection. All right, let's pick the winner of this journal. Robin Fantasy won the journal today. Woot woot! Well, aren't you special? She's worked so hard for me. Congratulations, Robin. You won the journal. I might give it to you. So, depending on what I get done this week will determine what I do next Monday. I may do another eclectic journal, or I may start making the newest journal kit from Calico Collage, which is Bridal Stables, which features horses, kind of some gingham country, little wildflowers, and that's super cute. So I haven't decided what I want to do yet. This was a kit suggestion that I made to Norella. I said, I think you need a horse kit that's really pretty and airy and fun, and I sent her some ideas as far as horses to use and flowers. My printer was acting up, but it works out pretty good in the end. And this is what she came up with. I think it's fabulous. She did an amazing job with it. It's a beautiful kit. I go over and look at it every once in a while. So yeah, so that's what I've got to work on next. I've got to do all the fussy cutting. I should bring these over to Robin and tell her to fussy cut. Look at all these fussy cut pages that I printed. So we'll get that fussy cut, and I'll either do it next week or the following week. All right. It's been a while, yeah. Dangle some cheesecloth to the scrap through and then grab the journal. You got it, Sheila. All righty. Well, I'm going to get off here. Henry should already be home so we can eat. Add the barn door fussy cuts. You like those too. That's why I told her to make those. That was also my idea. Aren't they pretty? I think they are. I think this would be a good collection. And I have a stencil that I need Henry to cut that I made to match her kit. All right, let's clip this. So I'll be working on that. If I can get it all put together, we'll see how it goes. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today, hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate your support. I hope that you enjoyed the time here. You know, that we uplifted your spirits for the day. Y'all have an amazing week. Be creative. Get in your stash of stuff and make something, even if it's just a simple little tag. Make something out of it. Y'all have an amazing week. We'll see you next week, and I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Lots of love to you, and we're going to get off of here and go eat some dinner. Bye, everybody.